that they don't have.
Wait a minute.
And give it to people.
I'm starting to see something here.
That's weird. Huh.
It doesn't seem how...
I voted for Bernie Sanders.
I don't know how it's going to work.
That's not true. I didn't.
I know you didn't. I'm sure you voted for Donald Trump. Your God and Savior.
Why wouldn't I?
No reason not to.
Right?
He's got great
He's got steaks.
And there's one thing you and I are, carnivores.
Yeah.
We do like meat.
You want to talk about the proposed changes to the Michigan sex registry?
Oh, boy, do I.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't like it.
Me either. All right, so jury nullification.
Well, really? That's what... yeah, well, this is a Michigan thing, so it's local. So, I don't want to bore other people. But it's a
philosophical...
It's a proposal they want to do where they want to add, like, child abuse, physical abuse, like parents that hit their kids.
So Michigan, I think, like a lot of states probably, has a sex offender registry.
Yeah.
So if you commit a certain crime, some sort of sex crime, whatever the criteria is, you have to register for whatever period of time.
Available for the public.
Yeah, so you can go online and
type in your address. For instance, you type in your address and it comes up and it shows you all the sex offenders that are registered in your area.
Yeah, lots of whom are like 18-year-olds that had sex with a consenting 17-year-old or something like that, right? Some are bad, for sure.
Right, and if they're really, really bad, they shouldn't probably be out. But, I mean, that's another
If the chances are high enough that they're going to commit that same crime again, that you need to have a registry so you can see who's in your neighborhood, then, they probably shouldn't be out in public.
Because they might, offend again, Well, now they want to add, like, if you knock your kid around and... you injured them, they want to add you to the sex offender, even though you're not a sex offender.
Or any kid, right?
I suppose any kid, but it's...
Well, so...
That was the point I was arguing.
But the reason it came up in the article that I saw, it was the ex-husband's new girlfriend.
Right.
That hit a kid or whatever, I don't know exactly, but abused a child.
And if they only knew...
If the mother would have known
that he was a
what
child
would she
beater,
have done? Because I'm guessing that she couldn't have done anything. She would have known.
Yeah.
She would have said, "I see it coming."
Yeah.
Right. Seriously, because I don't think. What could she do?
Well, the thing is to you break it off.
How? You think the friend of the custody courts are competent?
No, I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, what do you mean you cut it off?
Let's say my girlfriend is on this register and I see her name on there.
Oh.
Then I can say, hey, we're done.
Oh.
You're going to endanger my kid, and so I'm going to break up with you.
The ex-husband would have broke up with her.
Whatever.
Not said, gee, I think I know you pretty well, and I don't think you would do that.
No. Well, you could do that. I mean, women get beaten by spouses, and men get beaten by women, and they stay with them.
Well, perhaps they should have a registry.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be child abuse.
My issue was
any domestic abuse.
Words mean things, and when you call it a sex thing,
that's an issue.
Let's call it a child abuse registry. Let's call it what you want it to be.
Let's get rid of it,
or get rid of it, right?
Right,
because you can do criminal background checks.
You can.
It costs money, but you can do it.
Well, why don't they make that easier? If they want to make something easier,
but
why can't you just look that up? Because it is public record. Now, they wouldn't get their reasonable costs for Freedom of Information Act requests then, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
But
and it protects people that wouldn't normally be on a registry, I guess.
Protects them from wrong. Your criminal history is...
I think it's out there, right?
You can get it pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of privacy you have. Probably none. As a convicted person.
I paid not a whole lot of money and got a lot of information on court trials and criminal history and from 2 or 3 different states on somebody once. You can do it.
Yeah.
And it didn't really cost me a whole lot.
Yeah.
So you can get the information.
Right. Make that easier. I don't think putting people... And the other thing I had is, sexual offenses, if it's like child sexual, if it's pedophilia, that's, generally it's a sickness, and pedophilias tend to prey on relatives and friends, but also can be strangers.
Yeah, they'll go abduct
and they'll
a kid
go
or
looking for
find
that.
a kid or whatever,
and
right?
They groom them, they groom them.
Sure.
Where usually if you're beating your kid, it's a spur of the moment, or it's drug abuse or alcohol abuse that's involved. And if the kids weren't there, it's not like they're going down to the playground to look to beat a kid up.
Right.
So I think there's some differences there that need to be looked at.
Yeah.
It's trying to demonize it. And I don't know that you necessarily need to do that. But
I don't. I just don't like the idea. I know people feel better about being able to go online and see where the sex offenders are in their area, or if they're looking to move to an area, something like that. I just don't like the idea of taking a certain crime, right? Because why is that worse than murder or a rape of an adult? I mean, I understand it's very traumatic for a child. I'm not trying to downplay it.
Yeah.
But why that?
And the thing is, if they're still a danger, then why are they out of jail?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's
if there's a murder register, I find out there's 3 people in my town that are convicted of murder. Well, if they're a danger, they shouldn't be out.
Right.
And if they've paid their debts to society,
then they've paid their debt to society.
Right. And I don't necessarily need to know that they murdered somebody. So I don't know how that protects.
And you could always ask them.
Society.
And you can always ask.
Every new person I ask them, have you ever been convicted of a felony? And then they'll say yes. And I'll say, is it murder? And they'll say no. I'll say, okay, you're fine.
We're good to go then.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to ask about if it was a sex offense, because you can look that up online.
Right. And maybe I want... Oh, never mind. I don't want to get into that. All right. So, I disagree with that.
Okay. You have something just quick, and then we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll just do this real quick. I don't know how you feel about this. I think juries should be informed about jury nullification. And
they should, but not by somebody handing out pamphlets in front of a courthouse.
Why?
It's not a First Amendment zone.
I don't want to get into that guy that was arrested for that. For contempt of court, I think.
For handing out freely available information on
in
public property.
Place. Yeah. And not forcing it on anyone, just handing it out if they wanted it.
Yeah.
On how you can nullify a jury.
But
and the idea is that if there is an unjust law or an immoral law, one of the ways you can fight that is if you're on the jury and you believe, let's say it's marijuana, because that's one that a lot of people say, it's a plant and it doesn't really do a lot of damage, and I think marijuana should be legalized, and I go in and it's a trial about a guy who's possessed, marijuana. I and the jury could find him not guilty, even though all of the evidence shows that he was guilty of this crime. I feel the crime was immoral. I can vote not guilty and have a hung jury at least. And that's nullifying that jury. And a lot of judges don't like that.
So, right. So, essentially it's
it's perfectly legal, I think.
It's a way to not have an unjust law enforced or have somebody penalized for violating an unjust law.
Or a no victim type thing, a prostitution, if you think prostitution might be.
No victim law is an unjust. Or
I would say all.
A victimless crime is unjust.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So, New Hampshire House, they passed a bill that's just in the House that requires the courts to inform juries of their right to vote not guilty when a verdict guilty will yield an unjust result.
I like it.
I do too.
I like it.
It's too bad you have to have a damn law for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, so I've never been through this, but I've watched enough Judge Judy.
So you're an expert.
I'm an expert.
Yeah.
They kind of go through
a Juris Doctorate almost.
I mean, who isn't almost that?
But they're not really doctorates,
There's
right?
really, of course they're not, right?
So some people say. Anyways,
stop it.
That's kind of inside.
Yeah, well, kind of. But
so, anyways,
what was I saying? No, they inform the jury of their role, their rights, how the process works. Right. Why is this left out?
Right. Juries have a lot of power in this country.
They do.
It's amazing. I mean, they can stop a trial. They can ask questions of witnesses. Judges tell you not to do that.
Yeah.
And they discourage it.
Yeah.
But you have every right to say, hey, hang on a minute. I would like them to clarify, and you can ask questions. You really have a lot of power as a jury. It's like in Michigan now, they're actually trying to pass a law that would make it a requirement that the Secretary of State ask every applicant of a driver's license whether they want to be an organ donor or not. Now, for the last 10 years, they've been doing that without the law.
Right.
But now they want to make a law out of it.
To require it.
Why the hell do we need a law when they're already doing that?
Yeah.
Why? It's just to keep them busy. It's just to justify their existence. I cannot stand that. I wish I was a representative so my life would be devoted to passing bills that get rid of bills, pre-existing laws. Because it's ridiculous. Why do you have a damn law to make it lawful to ask or to require
something that has been policy, right?
Lord.
Yeah.
Talk about trying to find a cure for a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do a breakie or what?
Yeah, I think real quick, it's been a couple weeks. We're kind of, a week or so behind on this, but
time keeps
really
on going.
Well, sad news from last week, a couple weeks ago.
We didn't get a chance to do this.
So the man that founded and ran Red State Talk Radio, Primo Mondone, right? He passed away unexpectedly.
Yep. Fairly young.
Apparently
in his 50s.
Sitting at his computer working on the shows. Red State Talk Radio, so that's good. But, I mean, he
was the heart and soul.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of this
absolutely.
Red State
kept
Talk
things
Radio.
running. Kept things running pretty well, too.
Right. And it was growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
And we were expanding, getting more radio stations, more syndication, more things that were going on. The good news is, they're going to continue. I think.
He had partnered not too long ago, really.
Right.
Maybe a year, maybe not. Partnered with some other people on that and some other things. And so Red State Talk Radio is going to continue. Things shouldn't change too much.
Except for the better, maybe.
Maybe.
They have some projects in the works.
Yep. Yeah, some things that were already in the works that are going to be coming up pretty soon. But, I mean, really sad news. Big loss to conservative talk radio, especially internet talk radio.
Right.
But
our best goes out to the family and friends of Primo.
Yeah.
He'll be missed.
Yep.
Freedom to live the life she wants.
I was working as a corporate executive. I never had time with my family. Then I got downsized. I decided I was never going to work for anyone again. What I like about this is I get to be my own boss, work at home around my family, and provide a great lifestyle.
Go to income51.com for free information today. That's income51.com. Start earning great money as soon as next week. That's income51.com. Income51.com.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? PowerSwabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is John Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. And if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with PowerSwabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try PowerSwabs risk-free, call 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476.
Hi, this is Jeff Carlisi from the band 38 Special. The mainstream media has failed the American people once again. Internet radio networks like Red State Talk Radio will not fail you. Tune in 24 hours a day. Studios A and B. Great conservative programming around the clock. Red State Talk Radio, the dominant force in Internet conservative talk radio.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen,